asking me questions. Yeah, I know you, but we ain't friends. Quit asking me questions. Yeah, we in this section, but you can't get in. Quit asking me questions. Yeah, I got the new Chrysler, blue as a 10. Quit asking me questions. I'm tired of these questions.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Rocky Top Sports Talk. It's your boy, Coach Rice. On this live episode, we're going to be talking about several things. Talk about Heupel's press conference. Talk about the expectations going into mock week and all the different competitions going on. Things we want to see going into this mock week, going into game week, and then do we have a QB1? I mean, I think that's a real question now. So. Let's get into it. I'm going to bring my boy Joey Blankenship on, and then we will put the link in the chat for anyone that comes on as we get going in the show. So let me have my boy Joey Blankenship. What's up, brother?
What's going on, Coach?
Not much. Just enjoying this blessed Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Taking it in. How was church this morning?
Man, it was wonderful. I had a great time. Had a great time.
We had a good turnout and good sermon at Sugar Creek, so that was great. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna dive into Coach Heupel's press conference after the scrimmage where he talked about the positives and things he wants to see get cleaned up going into mock week. Although he was pretty determined, he didn't want to call it mock week. He wanted to keep it fall camp. He wants the team to understand that they still got a lot of work to do before we get to game week. So,
absolutely.
Let's get this press conference pulled up and let's see what Coach Heupel has to say.
And our ladies soccer team, great way to start off the fall. Great win last night. Excited for them and this season for them too. Great day inside of Neyland, second scrimmage. Saw us take some strides just in how we operated both sides of the football, and special teams got good work there too. Still a couple weeks before kickoff, we got some growth that we got to go get before we go kick off. But excited about what I saw. Some back and forth during the course of it, and that's what you want at this time of the year. So open it up. Questions?
Start with here. I know you haven't watched tape yet, but your thoughts on the quarterbacks today and really this week since the last scrimmage?
Yeah,
if there's any separation, sorry.
Yeah, I thought both of them handled themselves extremely well. George did as well. I thought they've taken strides during the last three practices before we got inside of the stadium for today's scrimmage. We've operated with crowd noise and some of those mechanics as well. So there was more on their plate. They've handled it well, been good decision makers, and have continued to grow both in understanding what we're doing, defensive structure, and then fundamentally and consistently being accurate with the football. Today, they handled that pretty well throughout the course of it.
So, Joey, what do you like hearing from that, bro? Well, I mean, what do you get from all that Josh Heupel just kind of laid out?
The QBs, again, we kind of talked about it yesterday, but he's saying both. And there's three. So I'm wondering if it's down to a two-man thing. And he only talks about two guys, being GMAC and Aguilar. So anyway, I think both guys had a much better – well, Aguilar had a much better day, and I know that probably got everybody feeling a little bit better. And I believe he's just going to get better. So
I agree. I think, like you said, I mean, I think it's just a process of getting better, learning the offense, building that continuity with the rest of his teammates. Getting that chemistry on the offense all together and dialed, because the quarterback position, it's more than just making throws. It's getting them in the right play, getting the pass protection set up right, getting an audible or a hot route set up, or making sure the adjustments and alignments are right. So like you said, he really just breaks it down to two people.
Yep.
So, but me and you and we both said in the fall camp discussion video where we're talking about the QBs, we both thought that Joey Aguilar is the guy.
Yeah.
We're just waiting on an announcement.
Right. Absolutely. I don't think there's any question in that, I guess, is what I'll say. It's just a matter of time at this point, and a matter of their comfort level in saying that he is the guy.
Yeah.
So with him taking those steps and progressing in the way that they want him to, I feel like it's inevitable that it'll happen probably this week, that they'll make that announcement.
I agree. And I think we both said on that other video that we both think come Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday that if I would to say, it'd probably be Wednesday, because what they're probably going to do is go Monday to Wednesday, and then I think Josh Heupel's going to be scheduled for another press conference on Thursday,
Right?
and that may be when he announces it.
Yeah.
I think I'm not 100% for sure, but I really do expect at some point Heupel to announce that Aguilar be the starting quarterback this week, because yes, he kind of struggled in the first one, but you said it best the other day. I mean, he for the first time going against a SEC defense for the first time, still learning the offense, still getting the everything down path, and so that big step that he took from week 1 to week 2, which they all generally they said played better.
Yeah,
but you expected Aguilar to be the heads-up leader, even going into training camp, because of his experience.
right.
So I think it's just, really stepped up and, taking that next step to become that starting quarterback and that leader that us as Tennessee fans and what Coach Heupel's been wanting to see.
Absolutely. It bothered most of us that he didn't come in here and just take over like we felt that he would. And I'm right there with those folks and those fans that felt some type of way about it. But then, I like I told you, I had to calm myself down a little bit, and let's be smart about this and pay attention that he's playing against the SEC defense, like you said, but also, man, he's only been in the system or learning the system for just a few months. So
yeah, he came in late May.
And so here we are about to play a game in about 13 days, and everybody's been all out of shape because it's not a I think it is clear. I just don't think they've announced it.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I think he's going to be more than ready, and I think it's going to be electric. I don't know why I have that feeling, but I have that feeling.
Yeah. Let's continue on listening to Coach Heist.
They don't believe how toxic this is. If you're still using a plastic or wooden cutting board, you need to hear this.
Having missed the spring, are you surprised at how Desan Brame has performed through fall camp to be as active as he's been, to be making plays in scrimmages and 11-on-11 work during regular practice that like he's done to this point?
Yeah, it's tough for every player when you're out, challenging yourself and mentally being engaged just like you're taking every live rep. And I thought he got better, throughout the course of the spring in that, not getting work, but handling yourself like a pro. And, his growth during the summer, the game has slowed down for him just in the course of training camp, how we've operated, his ability to see signals, get lined up, handle tempo, handle everything that we're doing. And, he's made some plays, been really good out in space, and, should be a big part of what we do this fall.
How would you evaluate Joey Aguilar's command of the offense if you could just give it the eyeball test?
I thought he handled himself extremely well. That's today. I think he's got better from day one up until today's scrimmage, really every single day. The comfort and control. He's handled himself extremely well during our night walkthroughs, which is, mental focus, mental sweat. And because of that, he's, extremely comfortable in what we're doing right now.
Josh, when you sort of look back through your career as a coach, your quarterbacks have never really thrown a lot of interceptions typically. And, Joey's a guy who on film, at least at the places he's been before, has been very aggressive and he takes some risky throws. How has that been sort of managing that sort of mentality that he's got with what y'all do?
You're going to have to make tight throws. To me, interceptions happen when you don't understand defensive structure. Your eyes aren't in the right spot. Fundamentally, your body's not in the right position. You're not accurate with the football. So it's all of those pieces of the puzzle that come together for a quarterback to operate efficiently, take care of the football while still playing on the right side of the fence of, being aggressive and allowing yourself to make plays down the football field.
I think with all that there, and we kind of talked about it the other day, a quarterback does not throw an interception based off of, a wide receiver running the wrong route. Yes, it's stat-wise, it's an interception or a ball being deflected at the line. There's several things that go into the quarterback not being responsible for the interception.
Yeah.
The quarterback, it's like Coach Heupel said there, making the reads, trusting your read, trusting what you see in the coverage, and being aggressive with that coverage. No one wants a quarterback to stop being aggressive.
Absolutely.
Because that's how you be successful. But at the same time, you got to be smart with that aggression and trust your reads that you're making and make sure you're diagnosing the right coverage. So
I agree 100%.
Yeah. So and then going back to what he said about Deshaun Brame, that dude, I'm expecting big things from him as a freshman.
Bro, he's special.
He is
The whole tight end room is special in that regard. But
yeah, I think it's like we said the other day in the last live. Deshaun, this tight end room can cover a lot of issues with whatever else we have, whether it be offensive line health, whether it be wide receiver health, whether it be running back. There's the tight end room with how deep and versatile it is can mask a lot of issues.
Absolutely.
What's your thoughts on that?
I agree. I think they're physical. I absolutely think they're physical enough to block in the run game, and then they're athletic enough to make the catches down the field, across the field. I believe that they'll be, and I said it the other day, I believe they'll be a difference maker in our offense.
Yeah.
Because if you can use those guys the way that he wants to use them, it opens everything else up. So it's going to be a special year for those guys in that room. 100%.
Yeah, 100%. And Casey, what's up, bro? I think he says here, do you guys think Aguilar will process faster than Nico? I think you would hope so. But you've had back-to-back quarterbacks with Joe Milton and Nico who could not process and diagnose the coverages fast enough like Hendo Cinco did. That was the difference. That was the difference in Hendon Hooker than the other two guys. He processed the coverages, diagnosed what the read was, and made an accurate throw, and was able to do multiple things in the offense. That's the reason why, yes, Alex Golesh is no longer here. I think we lost a little bit of creativity with Alex Golesh leaving, but at the same time, Coach Heupel's still scheming guys open. I think you'll see in the first couple weeks. Yes, it's Syracuse and ETSU. You're going to be able to tell if he's processing the field faster.
Yeah,
it's quickness, it's his feet work, it's how confident he is in zipping the ball out. Those are the little things you could tell from a quarterback if he's processing the field fast enough, if he's comfortable in the offense. Obviously, we'll get a good notice of how comfortable he is come Georgia week, but you will be able to tell in those first 2 weeks. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, for one, I don't think he has any issue with confidence. I don't think he has a problem throwing the ball whatsoever.
Yeah.
Now, I 100% believe that he'll be able to process faster and the progress will be better.
Yeah.
Both than Nico. I I won't speak bad on the guy as much as I might want to,
Yeah.
but he had all the ability in the world, but as far as up here stuff,
Yeah.
felt like it was lacking, and you know that's a trouble. That's the trouble of it. Whenever you get into that place and that position of actually running the offense and running plays and diagnosing coverages and picking up blitzes and all that. I don't think he was there, but I think Aguilar will. I'm just gonna stand by. I think he's gonna be a pleasant surprise.
I'm right there with you. I'm sure. I think Casey agrees with us too, because from everything me and him have talked about on Twitter, I think Aguilar. There's a lot that's not known about Aguilar because of what offenses he's been in, where he's played. But I think he's going to bring a physicality and a toughness to that QB position that we haven't had since Hendon Hooker.
Yeah,
Like you talk about Josh Dobbs not obviously not near the runner. Josh Dobbs is the best gifted runner we've had at quarterback since College Holloway and Heath Shuler. But I mean, Hendon was a gifted runner, but Dobbs was unreal gifted when it
what he
comes
would
to
do
running
is
the ball.
crazy. Yeah,
And so I think Aguilar brings a physicality to the running game that maybe we haven't seen in this offense. When I talk about running quarterback power, running counter off a swing pass to the running back, faking the swing pass to to our running backs and running quarterback counter backside. There's several things that I think we can do with Joey Aguilar because you've seen it on film. He's a physical runner.
yeah,
So there's different options, and it's really they're going to have to diagnose how much do they trust G-Mac and Jake, whoever. If Joey gets hurt, how much they really want to open the book and let Joey run the ball. I mean, I don't think that it's going to have to be something that's going to be very important in the offense, like diagnose scripted runs for Aguilar. But I think at the same time, they're going to have to spit that in there 2 or 3 times at least to keep the defense honest.
yeah. Agreed. My thing with Aguilar too, like I felt like the offensive coordinator and Heupel both felt like they had to call scripted run plays with Nico because they knew he wasn't going to pick up the defense and the coverages and the blitzes and all that. So it can't everybody wants to talk about. I think he's a tough dude for the most part, but
yeah,
I also believe that Nico with him not being able to process what they needed him to process as fast as he needed to do it, that they had to call those run plays and had to get him out there and try to do some stuff with his legs. But I feel like Aguilar will be able to throw the ball, and he's. I agree with you. He's not a move and make you miss type guy. He's a here's my helmet. Yeah, here's my helmet. Take it in your face type guy. So,
I mean, I can't say his name. It won't let me say it because of that. And I'm not talking about Nico either because I'm more talking about a rival's quarterback. He reminds me of his running style.
Yeah.
And because I can't stand the dude. He's in-state team. But that's all I'm going to say without saying it. But he reminds me of his running style, and so if they can do certain things to use the different ways, how the different weapons we've seen in the scrimmage notes, in which Coach Heupel's going to talk about them here in a second. But there were some explosive plays in the offense.
Yep.
on the scrimmage. And so it's like you were saying, I'm very, very hype about what we've heard from scrimmage 1 to scrimmage 2.
Yeah.
The steps they've taken and overall as an offense, not just the quarterbacks, it's the wide receivers being healthy and being there, like Mac Matthews and Amari Jefferson making big plays down the field. That was very, very encouraging.
Yep.
And then the offensive line just being, dominant in the run game. You love hearing those things. So I want to talk about what Casey said here, and then we're going to continue with the interview. Joey seems to be more vocal too. Nico was an introvert, rare to be an introvert at QB and be a leader. That's very facts. I mean, that's very factual. I mean, I just don't see, there's not many QBs that are quiet and can lead by example. Hendon Hooker kind of did it at first, but then you saw Hendo Cinco become that vocal leader.
Yeah.
Especially in his senior year, where he was the leader in the huddle, and you could see that. So, Sam, what's up, brother? Thanks for watching and joining the show. Joey can say, "I'm a man. I'm 24." You dang right he can.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the thing. He's definitely got on Merklinger and GMAC. GMAC, poor buddy's just turned 18.
It looks like it.
Jake maybe 20, early 20, like very early 20. Like I still think he's probably 19, but I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, that's a big point. And the reason why I think all of us as Tennessee fans wanted to see Joey just come in, be that one and done guy that could bridge us to a competition between Faison, GMAC, and probably another transfer coming in next year. I'm looking forward to it either way. So let's get back to the interview, guys. Casey, Sam, I'm gonna put the link out as soon as we finish the interview, and then we'll open discussion.
Adam.
Josh, is this where we're at now? Is this sort of the end of camp and transition into game prep, or does that come a little later?
No, that'll transition later for us. Still, have camp days.
What do you want to see out of whoever your starting quarterback is? What do you want to see out of the next 2 weeks to convince you or to make you comfortable with them going into the first game?
Yeah, again, at the end of the day, that guy's got to be able to manage the football. And that's your.
You still wearing cargo pants that feel like cardboard? That's why you need bearskin cargo pants.
Sideline communication. It's play clock situations, game clock situations. We do a lot of work on that. Controlling and your offense. It's the run game, it's the pass game, it's RPO, it's protections. You want to see those guys master it and take you out of negative plays and also put yourself in a position to create big plays.
So that's going back to what we were talking about, Joey. There's so much more than just throwing balls that the quarterback is responsible for. And Josh Heupel just laid it out. I mean, that's a question that Josh Heupel's always going to get when there's a quarterback competition. What's the steps that you want to see the quarterbacks take? And I mean, he hits it spot on. He literally lists everything that you want to see from the quarterback going into game week next week. And even though me and you and Josh Heupel probably in his mind knows who the quarterback is, and he's just not saying it.
Yeah.
And I think probably people on the team know who the quarterback one is, but it's getting the team ready for every situation possible. And so I think that's why Josh Heupel is, waiting a little late. I talked about early in the show that he was determined that it was not the end of fall camp. We're not going into mock week. We still got some very important days of fall camp. So
right.
What's your thoughts on that?
I agree. Heupel knows what he wants because he was that guy.
Yeah.
And he was very good, obviously. So to have those expectations and to not only have them but require them for your guy that's going to be your QB1, I think that's big time.
Big time.
And so I I think maybe he wants to see a little bit more competition. I agree with you that he knows probably already, but also I think he's not saying it because if you say it, then you kind of fall in place. But if he keeps it going, it feels more like it's anybody's game, and it may be. We don't know. Again, we're just fans who think we know something.
Yeah.
It could really be a competition, and he could be using it to his advantage to push those guys to see how good they really can be. So
yeah.
I'm game for it.
Hey, the old quote goes, "Iron sharpens iron." So
Yes, sir.
let's hope that's the path we're going down, and we got 3 guys that we can be comfortable with, and the best one just outdoes the others. But they they were stepping it up too. So that's all we can hope.
That's right.
What do you think has changed the most for this team since day one of fall camp?
I think just growth and understanding of scheme. There's been growth in the fundamentals as well, but understanding the scheme.
That's a good question.
Josh, how do you feel like your team has tackled these first 2 scrimmages, and have you all been pretty clean in terms of penalties?
I think we've gotten better throughout the course of training camp as far as penalties in all 3 phases. End of the day, I think
Josh Heupel and me and you both know it. I mean, and then every Tennessee fan that's a devout follower, which is pretty much almost every Tennessee fan.
Yeah.
We know Tennessee struggles with penalties.
Yes, sir.
But a lot of it is with the tempo. We run more plays than anybody. So there's more chances of penalties.
Right.
And then on top of that, it's the penalties that what we want as fans and what Coach Heupel obviously wants to get rid of is the backbreaker penalties. The ones where we have a big play or in the red zone, we get a holding penalty to knock us back, or those type penalties is what us as fans and Coach Heupel obviously wants to see get knocked out. It's not really the you're killing it tempo wise, and then you have a random false start. I mean those are penalties sometimes, and then obviously effort penalties where sometimes you could give away. I mean, give a little bit on. But as long as Tennessee cleans up seems like all year last year we had backbreaker penalties. We got to clean that up.
Yeah.
So
I think of a lot of it too is Tennessee gets. I say that it's because of the offense we've run.
Yeah.
A lot of plays really fast. Maybe getting gassed and getting lazy and
lazy. Yeah.
Having to reach instead of get where you need to be, and anytime you reach, it's going to get called.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's actually perfect. That's what exactly you said. Those are examples where you got this tempo, like you said. We're going, and then one lineman gets lazy, and you're out of place where you're supposed to be, and you get called for a holding.
Playing smart football is really important, not having self-inflicted wounds. Tackling, I think our guys have done a good job. Today's scrimmage was stud for the first defense. We've had live periods, live scrimmage. We've done a lot of one-on-one tackling where you limit exposure of some of what's going on as well. So fundamentally, they've gotten themselves in really good positions. That's been a point of emphasis, even when you're not in a live tackle. Body position is key to going and finishing the play the way that you need to.
I know you're not naming starters, but how comfortable do you feel with kind of who you believe is going to be able to help you now, and maybe guys who look at it still a ways away, and how much does this scrimmage kind of dictate that moving into the last 2 weeks?
When you start talking about quarterback,
I'm talking about in general, and when you start talking about reps and how you manage everything, how much does this scrimmage dictate sort of who's there and who's a ways away?
Well, the scrimmage gives you an indicator of where they're at today. we're still, two weeks away from kickoff. There can and needs to be a lot of growth from our entire team, not just young guys here over the next.
That right there is why Coach Heupel was very adamant. We're not through training camp. There's still a lot of stuff that needs to be figured out and fixed, and growth needs to be made before kickoff come next couple Saturdays away.
Absolutely.
So, everything Coach Heupel, you expect it. You say it all the time. He's PR trained, but
he is.
As a coach, and it's even coming, from me, the tackling, the penalties, all that are key essentials why your team's going to be successful.
Yeah.
You don't have very many penalties. You're a good tackling team, and you don't turn the ball over. It increases your chance to be successful at a very high rate. And you don't have to be the most explosive team, but if you do those three things, not turn the ball over, you don't kill yourself with penalties, and you stay healthy. All of those are reasons why, like Coach Heupel has been saying this whole time, we got to improve on those things and keep growing day by day.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah. Sam, let's see. Sam says Jake turns 20, so he's still 19. That's crazy. He's still 19. Vol fan Will, what's up, man? Appreciate you joining the show. A lot of the line penalties killed us. Yeah, last year, holding after holding after holding, cut blocks that were getting called with clipping and stuff.
Yep.
Those are the things that we have to clean up, especially down the red zone. And then Casey, we need to finish sacks this year. Yes, absolutely. Defense. I can't remember I think we were like closer to the bottom third in the ACC in sacks last year, but we were like number 3 in the SEC in rushes. How does that even correlate? And that don't make sense, but
nope.
That was a real stat there. So let's get back to this. Hopefully we don't have another ad pop up.
At the end of the day, players got to earn it, and you do that in how you operate and everything that we're doing. Walkthroughs, communication, all of it. And today's a great barometer of where we're at, but it also showcases where we got to get to, and you got to allow young guys to continue to grow, and that's really your entire football team too.
Patrick. We took the brand new Fairway Hybrid 357 from Performance Golf to the test. Deep bunker, thick.
Josh, what did you see out of your passing game today and your receivers? Who were some guys that stepped up and made some plays for you?
Yeah, thought we had a good day today. Held Chris. He's been practicing here the last couple of days, but he's done a good job in coming back. Mike made some big plays down the football field. Tight ends were a part of it as well. I thought early in the scrimmage in particular operated well offensively and moved football.
That is what you look for, because what has Tennessee struggled with the last 2 years? Starting fast.
Yep. It's been been slow.
21 and 22, even the beginning of 23. But 21, 22, we broke records for how fast we played.
Yeah.
This year is not the case. The last 2 years, has not been the case. We've been, last year was crazy. We had several games where we didn't even score in the first half in SEC play. So that's very positive here, because the first scrimmage, you remember what they say offensively? We looked very sluggish, especially out the gate. And so I had me worried. I know it had you worried.
Yep.
But going into this second scrimmage seems like a lot better as far as tempo and, rhythm and all the positives. All right, let's watch just another minute or two, and then we're going to move on.
Yeah. Josh, what was your reaction to the coming switch to Adidas, and does that have potential to have a really big impact in recruiting down the road?
Yeah, we're fortunate. Had excuse me, had a partner that wanted to make us their flagship school, and that's going to happen in a lot of different ways, and going to be a benefit to our football program, but this athletic department as a whole too. And they had an opportunity to come talk to some of our guys, and I think everybody's really excited. That again, we're going to be the flagship school for them, and it's going to provide a lot of unique opportunities for our players on and off the field.
Ryan.
Did Boo get a little more involved on defense today, and where is he kind of in the process of working his way back?
Yeah, Boo was out there with us today and got work. End of the day, it's day to day, and he's done some things in a good way here.
Awesome.
Can you talk about your offensive line and maybe where you feel like they are, maybe compared to where the offensive line was a year ago? I know different guys, but just kind of like physically, do you feel like this group's further along? Like where's Lance at compared to last year, so on and so forth?
Yeah, Lance, I said it earlier in training camp. In a much better spot. What he's done with his body during the off season, but then the opportunity to practice and prepare and get better every single day too. And I think that's going to afford him the opportunity to play his best football. And collectively as a group, I like the way that they've competed throughout the course of training camp. I think they've done a really nice job, communication and fundamentals on the pass pro side of it, and have been really good in the run game too. But it's a young group. Ultimately, 2 weeks from now, we got kickoff, and she's for real. But believe in these guys that as a group, collectively, they're going to go play at a really high level.
So that's all we're going to watch on that. But I think at the end of the day, we're in the best spot possible that we've been offensive line wise. And we kind of talked about it. The offensive line is probably the best one we've had since Heupel's been here.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a good one. 21 and 22 was pretty good as well with Darnell Wright, Jerome Carvin, Coop, Spraggins. The first year you had Cade Mays as well. I think the overall talent on this offensive line and physicality is at a level that we haven't had here at Tennessee since Heupel's been here. Like Pendleton and Morey are straight dogs.
Yes.
David Sanders is a dog. Yep. He's a freshman, but he's a dog.
Yes.
Lance Hurd, when he was healthy last year and moving, and you could see it when he was in better shape, that dude was coming around on those tackle route plays and knocking linebackers out. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm like with Austin Price. He's been glowing about this offensive line. I'm right there with him. I'm with a lot tagged with the tight ends and our running backs. Joey, I think there's zero doubt in my mind we're going to lead the SEC in rushing this year. Zero doubt in my mind.
Yeah, with the combination of what you just explained with our offensive line, and then also our running back room, what I cannot wait to watch. I hope we take the first play and we just literally run it 75 yards for a touchdown. Wouldn't hurt my feelings a bit.
Would not hurt my tons. Wouldn't hurt my feelings at all. Even if, I mean, yes, I would love to see Aguilar connect on a deep ball with Mike Matthews first play of the game. But, yeah, hey, if we want to drive the ball 14 plays, Peyton Lewis, Deshaun Bishop, Star Thomas, Dewani Moore, get all four of them involved. And let Aguilar get a QB power read on the right side where he keeps it and, runs into the end zone. So, hey, I'm all for it. Casey said earlier in the show, we would drive the ball, but make a dumb turnover. Sampson fumble, Nico fumble, interception. We talked about that a lot in our fall discussion, like the last video we did. Turnovers, like it's especially in the red zone. Like you talked about it in the Alabama game where Nico's rolling out left and just made a boneheaded throw close to the sideline.
I'm telling you right now, I was done with him at that point.
Yeah. Oh, I was too. It wasn't until I kind of regathered confidence when he made that rollout throw down the sideline to Thornton. But I was all year, I was very skeptical because of his reads. Everything was late. He wasn't accurate with the deep ball. That was supposed to be his biggest strength, is what someone said. But you know, I don't think he really was together with this offense. I don't think he was connected with the wide receivers. I think he was big-headed as far as ego goes, and then his father just added to it. So I think we're going to be in a lot better spot.
Yeah, I don't think he was a good teammate, period.
No, I don't think he was either. Turning, yeah, I got you. Let's see. Turnovers killed tempo. Yeah, you got that right. Tempo between the turnovers and the penalties. I think they've kind of fixed the fake injury thing. I hope, but yeah, on us, the turnovers and penalties was straight kill penalty, and then incomplete passes where we throw it deep, 5 yards over. I mean, that's going to slow the game down when you do that. I think the team will have some motivation. I think Hype and coaching staff have learned from mistakes. My thought is wide receivers will much improve, lots of talent. Joey's been preaching that. Go ahead, Joey. You can go ahead and build off of that.
Yeah, I think they've I think they made their mind up, and Kelsey Pope's been doing a great job with the wide receiver room. Hopefully, we get all those guys back within the next week or so. Get them some on field time before we get to Atlanta. But I'm believing that we are as talented as we've ever been at wide receiver. I was thinking, you'll remember this game. It was we were at Kentucky, and we scored on the first 3 plays they were all passes. There was a screen, 2 deep. I mean, I think we had that skill level all over again.
Yeah, I agree.
All over again, and
totally
maybe
agree.
I'm not gonna say well, yes, I will. Maybe better, maybe skill level plus. So, as far as the wide receivers go, I 100% believe that the first play call will be something down. They may not. They may want to get him comfortable. I don't know, but heck, dude, forget that. Let's throw the ball.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. I think when you talk about the offense, the tempo and everything is combined with the efficiency of the way we play. You have to be a fit. That's the reason why they say you have to be great on first down. You have to get that first down in this offense, because you get that first down, then the defense gets on their heels. You're going at a pace. And you got to get that, first play, even on first down, effective, like 3 to 4 or 5 yards. And that way, it's a constant motion where the defense is just backing up.
Absolutely.
And the whole time we're going, fast. Well, that's when people get out of place. And that's why we see wide open wide receivers in this up-tempo offense. What's up, Casey?
What's up, dudes? How are you guys doing?
Oh, doing great, man. Just loving talking Tennessee football, man.
It's coming.
How's your
Getting
Sunday
hyped.
doing?
It was pretty good. Buddy was in town for the weekend, so it was a good time. How about you
There you
guys?
Oh, doing great. We
Pretty good.
Joey had a great service this morning, and I had a great service at my church, and then I've pretty much been working on football stuff all afternoon because my starting center's out, so we're having to make adjustments. So that's always fun. But what's your thoughts on Coach Heupel's press conference?
I have a sneaky suspicion that he's a big fan of this team. I think he really.
I agree.
I think that he really likes his team, and he thinks that we have the opportunity to really shock some people. From what I've seen, I think our wide receivers are going to be really good this year, even though we have little depth and we can't afford people to get injured. Sounds like Mike has made strides from last year, and then tight ends. I feel like Deshaun Brain's going to be a dude. He might be the next Brock Bowers.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Dude's freakishly athletic.
Yep.
And then we always run the ball, so I think we're 5 deep at running back. Even Justin Baker, if we needed him to in a pinch, could run the ball for us.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree. I mean, what do you think about that, Joey?
Man, I agree 100%. I've been saying it, and I have for a couple weeks that I got a feeling that old Hype knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't help that feeling, but I have that feeling.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think this running back room, you take that. It's like I was just saying a little bit ago. What's up, Sam? But a little bit ago, that offensive line paired with the tight ends in this running back room, I think I'm willing to bet that, even though I'm not a betting man, but I'm willing to bet that we're the top rushing a team in the SEC and top 10 in the nation. Well, what's your thoughts on that, Sam? You hear me, Sam?
Oh, I completely agree. I mean, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. We got you now.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm driving.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the running backs or the running room is going to fall off at all, especially with the variety of backs they have. It's not like they're all the same type of back, but, Heupel's averaged 217 a game rushing over the last 4 years. And last year was 226 a game, so not really much different than the average. So I don't think you're going to see any kind of drop off. And for everything Dylan Sampson did last year, most of it was a product of carrying the workload and getting as many carries as he did. Every running back in the Heupel system has been able to rush for over 5 yards an attempt and run for a lot of touchdowns. So I agree with you on the offensive line that they just, man, they got some motivated guys, because they're hearing all this stuff in the offseason that, well, they lost 4, can't be any good.
Yeah, I got you, boss. We lost you there for a sec. We lost you, but I'll let you continue going back on what you were saying here in a second. Joe, what's your thought? If you were to say, obviously we think Deshaun Bishop will be the first one out the gate.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to get the first touchdown? Why do you think the first touchdown is going to get drawn up?
I don't know if y'all have noticed this, but the past couple of years, it was always the number 2 guy that got the touchdown first. It's been like that. When we had Jalen Wright in the backfield, it was always decent that got the touchdown first. So I don't know. And running back, I would probably say if we get down there, it'll probably be Peyton Lewis. Put that guy in, let him knock somebody over and fall in the end zone. But
he's a big dude.
Now breakaway, I don't know, dude. It could be Star Thomas the way they're talking about him. They say he's just completely just turned everything around. So I'm excited about that.
Hey, I'm right there with you. What do you think about that, Casey? What Vols fan Will said there?
I honestly think that Peyton Lewis is going to be the best back, even though they're saying like Star Thomas and Deshaun Bishop. I think that Peyton Lewis has the extra gear just physically that the other two don't have.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if, Aguilar throws the first touchdown probably to a tight end, similar to what we did last year with Ethan Davis.
Yep.
And then the first running back touchdown might be a long run that Peyton Lewis breaks.
Oh, I'd freak out. Hey, 20, like we're at the 28-yard line on their side of the field, and he busts 72-yarder for touchdown. Like, just run that tackle wrap, and he hits one cut and gets upfield. Oh my gosh! Oh, I'd love it, man. But I could kind of agree though here with Vols fan Will. Hey, like run a little QB power. Let Aguilar get downhill, run over somebody getting into the end zone. I'm all for that. What do you think, Sam? How do you think the first touchdown is going to be?
Man, I want it to go one of two ways. Either I really want to see a first play bomb pass.
Yes.
Yes. I really do. I want to see him go after it just to shut up everyone and say we're not afraid. We're this is what we can still do. But if it's not going to be that, then I really would love to see them lean on the offensive line and run it straight down Syracuse's throat 10 plays in a row, which it probably won't even take that many. Because Syracuse, for those that don't know, was 99th in their defensive line power ratings last year, and they lost their two best defensive linemen. So we're going to be able to abuse them on the ground, that's kind of the two scenarios I see.
Sam be bringing those stats with him.
Yeah, he does.
He's bringing those stats with him.
I do some blogging for the Tony Basilio show, so I do a lot of research on various stats, and I got some other ones on our defensive line if you want to hear them here in a minute.
Oh, we'll get to the defense, and I'm gonna let you spit them out here in a second. So, but yeah, man, I think it's exactly what you said, and I think all four of us have kind of spit on it. I think this first game, and obviously ETSU, I think they're going to do what they want. My only worry is that early game, first game of the season, 11 o'clock start, which I think it's a 12 o'clock start that time. But I think there's a lot of stuff that you have to make sure is all in place. The teams on their P's and Q's. Where's the leadership? That's really what I mean. I think this team has leadership, but I want to see if the leadership steps up and doesn't let this team sleepwalk going into that 12 o'clock game.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think there's a chance in the world it's going to happen. But a team without leadership could, especially that first game of the season, kind of, not be really prepared for what's going to happen. I don't think that's going to take place. What's your thoughts on that, Casey?
I think this team wants to prove a point.
Yeah.
Well, after what happened with Nico in the spring, and then also being ranked 24th in the AP poll, this team has a chip on its shoulder, and I think they're going to come out ready to play.
Yeah.
I don't put us in the AP poll for all I care. Just make it better at this point. I don't think Arian Carter is going to let anybody take a moment off coming into this thing. And Kitzelman, I think he's going to have us ready to go. I might find myself on the field at some point. So excited when Aguilar throws for 600 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. I think they're going to be. I think we've all also can agree that they're going to be fully pumped and loaded and motivated going into this Syracuse game. I think that's the reason why Coach Heupel and the staff has been quiet. Y'all think that's right? I mean, I know Casey kind of said something about it just a second ago. I think that's why they're so quiet. I think there's a motivation and a optimism that, hey, y'all thought we were okay, pretty good last year. Maybe Aguilar or this team in general, maybe not the quarterback per se, but the team has this confidence and motivation and chip on the shoulder that, hey, we're going to go be better than anyone else thinks we're going to be.
Yep.
Any chance that Nico leaving was a big blessing in disguise for us?
1,000%.
Yeah. Yep. I think as a culture, I think it's if Boo can get his situation figured out, I think as a culture, you could not be in a better spot right now than Tennessee. Because Coach Heupel and this team, the leadership of the team said nothing is bigger than the power T. Nobody, no circumstance, nothing is bigger than the power T. So, Vol fan will anyone go in the first 2 games? I'll be at both.
I'll be in Atlanta. I'll be in
Atlanta too.
Yeah.
Dang. But I feel left out.
Come on, J. Rock.
Sam, you ain't going, are you?
I'm still debating. I'm up in
If you end
Syracuse,
up
New
going,
York
I'm
right
gonna
now.
have to cash in a late ticket. I don't know. I don't know. My parents are going to Gatlinburg that weekend, so I'm supposed to be watching the house. But I don't know. I may have to.
It's not a bad trip.
Y'all got to find somebody else, and I'll just tag along with you, and we'll make a side trip down to Atlanta. But
That's a long drive for you guys, though, right? Because you guys
Yeah,
live out in West
yeah.
Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, it's
not terrible.
It's probably about 8.5 hours, 8 hours, somewhere around there.
To where? Atlanta? It ain't that far.
It ain't that far.
No.
What is it, 6 hours?
I would say 5.5 at the most.
For real?
Yeah.
I think it's 4.5.
Look at you, dog. Look at you, dog.
Yep.
Boy, spot on. Boy knows his long distance directions.
I have
You've taken
I've
that
made that drive a few times.
I got you. Baldwin will have a 9-hour drive from Virginia. Woo, that's a tough one.
Are you guys in the Jackson area?
Yeah, we're in the Jackson area.
Close, yeah.
Gotcha.
We're 10 minutes from Jackson.
Gotcha. I live in West Nashville, so that's probably not too
Okay.
far.
I got you. So you're close to Dixon, or
Yeah,
okay.
near that area.
I got you. Well, that's definitely not too far. But yeah, I think getting back to the talk, I think Joey Aguilar and company is going to be just fine going into game one. Let me ask y'all this: any of y'all see that Tristan Keys stuff going on? Y'all see that? Sam, you see that?
No, you got to inform me on this one.
Tristan Keys took his LSU commit status off of his Twitter account.
He's coming to Tennessee.
Yeah. Joey called me. I was mid golf round yesterday. I was dialed, man. Joey took me off my game because I was actually 1 over at that point. And I started thinking about Tennessee football, and I think I doubled the next hole. But
oh, you're welcome.
No, but Tristan Keys, man, it's like Sam said, that dude's a ball. I think Austin Price has been saying it. It makes too much sense for Tristan Keys and Savion Hyder to be Vols. I mean, once y'all agree, I mean, both of them makes too much sense.
I'd be willing to bet that the part of the Adidas deal, they already were in discussions to set up Keys as part of it.
Yeah, yes. Agreed.
I think I told you that, Joe. When that first went down and we saw that Tristan Keys got that deal, I said there's something going on there.
It's kind of, I mean, it's the same thing with, I know we're talking football, but also with Nate Ament on the basketball team signing with Adidas. It just makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Austin Price is way too confident for us to not get Tristan Keys and or Savion Hyder. Normally he's normally he's more like, I don't know, like we'll have to see going forward. And I think in the Monday Night Chat he was saying over 50% for both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't sleep on Austin Price. Austin Price.
What time?
I think I've seen him be wrong once. And that was like 2 years ago.
Was that the Arkansas running back?
Yeah, the Arkansas running back. Brandon Russell.
Yeah.
What time is the commit Tuesday? Is he committing Tuesday? Hyder, do you know?
I want to say 6 o'clock. I saw he posted it on his Twitter. But
I was about to say I will shut down work and be glued to Instagram.
Yeah, I think the Savion. I mean, you pair him with Faison, and then what this offensive line is going to look like, and this wide receiver class, you pair Tristan Keys with that. You're talking about top blue chip guys all over the offense, and you know what Rodney Gardner and Coach Inge is doing.
Scary, bro. That could be so scary.
Like, you talking about national championship roster bound. Like, I mean, that's really that's what gets me hyped. What's your thoughts on that, Sam?
Yeah, I think this year in totality and then leading into the future is a big setup for future recruiting, I mean, the doubt that's been placed on this team in the media, if they go out and prove people wrong, which we think they will, and I truly believe, it's just going to booster even more the recruiting for the next years, because if this team comes out and does what I think they're going to do and what we think they're going to do, people are going to want to come play for this team, because there'll be too much proof at that point.
Yeah,
that
too much money.
Heupel's won 10 games, 11 games, on average 10 games a year for 4 straight years with barely 50% blue chip ratio. The money that'll flow in from donors, the players that'll want to come here, the partnership with Adidas. If we start touching 70 to 80% blue chip, it's game over. I truly believe Heupel is one of the best coaches in the league at taking personnel along with our defensive staff and bringing the team together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's all facts right there. And you hit it at the point too. I said money. I kind of yelled money in the middle of your statement, because that Adidas deal, and those of you who are watching, and guys, if you haven't checked out the Adidas Deals Done video, we posted that earlier. Me and Joey go in depth on what that Adidas deal means for Tennessee, not just Tennessee football, but Tennessee sports in general, because it's going to be massive. I mean, I think the pair with that Adidas deal, making this a flagship program for them, kind of like Nike is for Oregon and Under Armour is for Notre Dame, where the money income is there, and there's no question of if we have money or not, which I've never thought we didn't have money. I think they were just really particular about where they put it. I think it's a game changer. I really do. What's your thoughts on that, Casey?
I mean, I completely agree. I mean, remember when like the NIL first came out and they said Tennessee's number 1 in NIL and all this stuff?
Yeah.
Well, turned out not to be as true as we thought. We didn't have the money that Ohio State and Oregon had, and this puts us in a situation, to have the money to go after anybody we want, not be as selective. Maybe if we don't get a Jordan Seaton, then maybe we get the next best offensive tackle, stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's a really good situation in terms of, like, going back to Sam's point, building our blue chip ratio.
Yeah.
Just based on the fact that look who Heupel was winning with, like guys who was making like practice squads or like not even making the NFL. If we're getting first, second, third round picks on our team every single year, I mean, I think that Heupel can really do some damage with that type of talent.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I know Joey's been saying it, like this roster, and Joey's been going on about the defense too, because both of us are offensive guys, but the defense, you're talking about it. They talked about it the other day, and I think on the Mailbag podcast, AP mentioned that there were 7 NFL scouts around Rodney Gardner yesterday, the other day at practice. Like it's unreal. The linebacker room, the amount of NFL caliber guys, the defensive line room, amount of caliber guys. We know what Jamal McCoy and Ricky Gibson are getting looked at by NFL guys, and they made a great point. Coach Martinez, even though he gets a lot of hate over some of his, coaching and inability to recruit high caliber guys, Emmanuel Mosley, Cam Sutton, Justin Coleman, all these guys, Willie Martinez was on staff and recruited and developed those guys in the NFL caliber cornerbacks. So there's a lot to be said there that a lot of people don't even think about. So
yeah, it's the same way in the running back room. Jalen Wright was 3-star.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, he gets these guys in terms of player development is unreal at this point. That's where that's
a 3-star.
Have you guys heard of Ty Redmond?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ty Redmond.
We were talking about him yesterday.
Yeah, Ty Redmond's going to be.
He's dirty.
The word around campus is that everybody is talking about Ty Redmond. Like that dude, if we didn't have Jamal McCoy and Ricky Gibson, he'd be starting, is what they're saying.
He looks like an athletic freak. Like, I don't know how he was a 3-star.
Yeah. I mean, he's like 6'1", 6'2", bulky, like as a corner and fast. Like, I mean,
long arms.
Like that's everything you want in a starting corner in the SEC and in the NFL. So, let's move on to the last thing that I think we were going to try to cover. What y'all's expectations going into mock week? I know we got mock week coming up, and then we got game week. Sam, what do you want to hear from the media outlets that this roster is doing going into mock week and going into game week? What do you want to hear?
Well, if you're asking me what I want to hear from the media, I really don't want to hear anything else from them because they're just spewing a bunch of BS.
Yeah.
But one of the things I brought up last week on another show was our schedule really favors us in the beginning month and 5 to 8 weeks. I don't necessarily need to hear that Joey and the receivers are clicking on all cylinders because, again, I think we can beat Syracuse just running the ball down their throats and playing lockdown defense.
Yeah.
So the first 2 weeks, I basically just want to hear that everyone stays pretty healthy and just developments on guys that are injured that are coming back. That's all I really care about because, going back to the recruiting stuff, we're finally getting to the point where we have answers that aren't, people go on Heupel and the team for not playing younger guys. Well, our younger guys they weren't 5-star replacements for the guys we lost at that time. We're finally starting to get guys where, we lost James Pierce. Oh, look, Jordan Ross, 5 stars right behind him. We lost Omar Norman-Lott, Omari Thomas, David Hobbs, 5-star, Isaiah Campbell, 5-star. The answers that are starting to come for this team are putting us in position to compete with the top programs in the nation. And I think that's just going to continue. But
absolutely,
I like what's been going on. I like the reports of the offensive tackle play being much better than last year. I'm not worried about the interior of the line. I think they'll come together because they've been doing a lot of shifting and testing things out. I think these last 2 weeks you'll start to see positions locked down, and you'll start to really see what is happening with this team.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you, brother. I think everything is going to come into play exactly how Tennessee fans want to see it, and Coach Heupel and company, they got this thing zoned in to where they know what's going step by step, and I think they're on the right path. I mean, wouldn't you agree, Joe?
100%. I would love for nobody to go to jail this week, and again, everybody to I'll echo Sam there, and everybody get healthy. That's my main concern at this point is that we get our dudes back. Because somebody say as long as we got them back for Georgia, and I've been that guy too. But at the same time, I think they need some reps before we get to Georgia.
Yeah.
Game reps. So let's just hope they can get back.
Yeah. What do you think, Casey?
Just kind of echo Joey and Sam's statements. Just make sure that everyone that is healthy stays healthy before the first game, and then also maybe hear something about Devin Hobbs and Jamal McCoy to where they're making progress to where they'll be ready for the Georgia game. That's my main concern right now, because I think we can sleepwalk through Syracuse and ETSU and be fine. So, just trying to put all the focus on the Georgia game, just making sure we'll have the right pieces to compete and win that game.
Yeah, and I would tag Chris Brazil to that group of 3 too, because I don't see him playing first game either. They may have him back by ATSU, get a few game reps, but I don't know. We'll see. That's a work in progress. I mean,
is your boy Rad going to start?
I don't know. He missed the last scrimmage.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it right now, if I was to say your 3 wide receiver starters would be Mike Matthews, Braylon Staley, and Travis Smith would be my 3 starters. With Amari Jefferson, if he keeps, he's taken some big steps the last 2 weeks. I think you may see him get some slot to some run too, and caution Braylon Staley back, because those hammies can be tender after getting pulled a couple times. So I mean, that I'm right there with all 3 of y'all. I think my main thing is what I want to hear is Joey just keeps improving, grasping the offense, being the leader, not only on the field, but in the huddle, in the film room, understanding every aspect of what Coach Heupel was talking about in that press conference. So I think that's my biggest thing, other than outside of y'all talking about injuries, staying healthy and getting some guys back. I think those would be my 2 biggest things. One thing I do want to ask y'all before we close it down. What's one thing on both sides of the ball? And Sam, I tell you what, real quick before I get to that question, why don't you throw out some of those numbers talking about this defense, man? Because we've talked about offense majority of the show. You can tell me and Joey are both offensive guys. We lean towards that. But the thing is, we have answers. We know what the defense is going to give us.
Yep.
It's always been the question about the offense and the quarterback, surrounding the quarterback and the health of wide receivers. But give us some of those numbers on defense.
Yeah, so I've been putting together basically a list of some of the top players we lost in their production versus the ones that are returning, because one of the main things the media will talk about is, well, the defense might take a step back because they lost James Pierce, Amari Thomas, and Omar Norman-Lott, Elijah Simmons, even Will Brooks you can throw in there. But if you combine those players' total tackles and then tackles for loss as well, you're only talking about roughly 25% combined. I mean, yeah, so which one was second round? I can't remember.
Omar Norman-Lott.
Yeah.
Omar Norman-Lott.
But those guys only had like 18 and 20-something tackles each. I mean, it's not like you lost a massive amount of the total production from the team. I mean, I did a list of probably 10 guys that are returning. It's not an exhaustive list, but it was over 60% of the tackles and over half the tackles for loss returning. And that didn't even include Caleb Herring, Tyree Weathersby, Jordan Ross,
Spillman.
Someone else. Spillman, not him. Yeah, that was just like T-Lander, Aaron Carter, Josh Joseph. So I just don't see this defense taking a step back at all.
No.
And no, I mean, I see him taking a step forward because
No, I agree. Go ahead.
In the weight room, I don't.
Sam, we're losing you just for a second. Hey, I'm gonna let you come back to it, but hey, the defensive line, it's like you said, you lose James Pierce, you lose Omar Norman-Lott, Omari Thomas, Elijah Simmons, but Joshua Joseph, I feel, could be every bit and better, especially in the run defense, than James Pierce. I think Omar Norman-Lott, Austin Price said it the other day. Yes, he was twitchy. Yes, he was great, but he played the least amount of defensive snaps than that group of defensive linemen. And so I think Jackson Moy, David Hodge when he gets back, Ethan Utley, the freshman, Elijah Campbell, the freshman. I think that group of guys can be just as good, if not better, and faster. I think they're twitchier. I think this group of guys can be twitchier and cause more chaos than what our last. Omari Thomas was great, but he was just really a run stuffer. Same thing with Elijah Simmons. Omar Norman-Lott was really that twitchy pass rush interior guy. I think these guys could be that and more. So I think there's a lot that we can see going on in this defense. Sam, you back? I'm gonna let you keep going. You there? No. All right. So, but the linebacker room, I have a feeling he's going to get to the linebacker room. Edwin Spillman, Arian Carter, Jeremiah T-Lander. Hopefully, we get him back full go. Arian Carter and Spillman, I think. And don't get me wrong, I love some T-Lander. And there's a lot of talk about Jordan Burns and his potential. They say that dude looks like a dude, like one of those dogs on the field.
He can blitz.
They just got to get him caught up.
Check your comments there, brother.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Just came official. I'm
Donnie
looking
Ball. What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Donnie coming in with us with the words of truth right here, man. Joe was just named QB1 per AP and Hubs. That's what I'm talking about. That's what hey, we talked about it. We knew it was coming. I mean,
yeah, I didn't know if he would or not. I didn't.
We're going into mock week. You want to have that QB1. You know, I'm pumped. Let's go.
QB2. Do you think QB2 is GMAC?
Go ahead, Joe. I'll let you go, and then I'll say.
Well, we kind of talked about it yesterday as well.
Which that video ain't came out yet.
Yeah, it hadn't. So I would say yes, in a way, and then in another way, he probably. Jay Rice, you go ahead and say what you need to.
Well, I mean, Joey, and I'm full on support of what Joey thinks too, because I think GMAC's got is the better option. But the reason why I personally think Jake will be QB2 to start the year is to save that redshirt ability in case, unless it's a season-ending injury, and knock on wood, Lord forbid, hopefully that don't happen. But say it's just for a couple drives and then Joey's going to be able to come back out, or if it's just one game and Joey's going to be back after the next game, I really think Jake's going to be the QB2. But if he's out for the season, then I think you're going to go into a week-long QB battle, maybe that game, play 2 QBs, and then after that game, then decide who's going to be the next guy to really take the show. And if it was my pick, and probably Joe, well, I know Joey's pick, and then several others, it'd be GMAC. But that I'm pumped. Yeah, I'm ready for the Joey train to start, and you get the offense clicking and back to where us as Tennessee fans know Tennessee football is supposed to be at, and that's 22, where we're 21-22. Is scoring a lot of points, keeping the defense on their heels, and being very versatile in the offense. And I'm hoping we bring back a little creativity. I'm hearing lots of positive things, and things we talked about before that kind of started. QB1, QB1, something you want to see on offense and defense. One thing that you want to see this year that was different from last year. What's something you want to see different, Joey, on the offensive side of the ball that was last year than this year?
I want to go back to creativity.
Creativity.
And, I don't want to be same thing over and over. We talked about it the other day. The play against South Carolina, I think it was. I don't remember who it was. Missouri, maybe. Where he rolls out right and throws it back across the middle. Come on, give me that all day, every day.
All day.
But, I mean, we have the capability of doing that this year.
Yeah.
You don't have people taking snaps that are just there to breathing air and not playing quarterback very well. I think I'm gonna ride with Joey Aguilar at this point. Let's go score some points.
Yeah. What's something you want to see on the offensive side of the ball new this year, Casey?
Joe just stole my thunder on the creativity. I'll go with that, and then I'll give you one other. So the creativity. You guys remember that play early in the Alabama game in 22 where Jalen Hyatt lined up behind the offensive line and ran that little slant?
Yeah.
we haven't seen that play since, or we haven't seen that type of creativity just to get a fast guy on a linebacker. Like we haven't seen that. But also, I want to see some explosive plays on offense. Like
preach.
We've just been, running it down someone's throats is, a good thing as well. But if you're just trying to, do 14 plays, every single drive, something can easily go wrong. Those explosive plays, 5-6 play series instead of 14 plays, just much easier to score.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you. I'm a tag on to both of y'all. Creativity, explosive plays, and consistency. That'd be my third thing. I'm tired of the one drive, let's go do great things, and then 3 drives off. One drive, go do great things, 3 drives off. 21-22, when this offense was rolling, it was nonstop. We'd have maybe 1 drive per half where it would stall and, things would go chaos, or 2 drives. But when this offense is rolling, Josh Heupel's in control and the quarterback's in control, we're going.
Yep.
Donnie Vols, seems like Nico and Joe were going through the motion on this offense. Yes, I couldn't agree more. Joey has a chance to put a swag on this offense and give it his own spin. Bro, and you put that in the Twitter chat, I think earlier. I like, if I wasn't busy, I was about to emote 100 on that thing 100 times. Like tag 100 on it 100 times, because you couldn't be more spot on. I think the Joey bringing his own spin, bringing his physicality, bringing his own personality to this offense. I think we know he's a gunslinger. Just dial it in and go do your thing. I guys, I'm freaking ready. I'm gonna be blaring Rocky Top as soon as we get off live and just going crazy. Vol spin wheel offense. I agree, Joey. Defense, I don't want them to have to bail offense. Yes, I agree. I'm right on with that. So leading into that, last thing we'll talk about, what's one thing you want to see on the defensive side of the ball, Joey?
Man, we were so good last year. I don't know. I think I told you before when we were kind of talking about it, the aggressiveness that we had with the pass rush when we played Clemson in the bowl game that year. Bro, dude was dying at quarterback. I love that type of pressure, and we all agree, I feel like, that we have the guys to do that. So let's do it. And we definitely have the back end to cover if we're going to be that aggressive. So be aggressive.
Exactly. Well, all right, Casey, what do you want to see?
Mine kind of ties into Joey's. It kind of seems like we had a lot of success early and downs. Like, we had a great defense last year anyway, but we would get to a lot of 2nd and 12s, 3rd and 9s, and then they would get us on the 3rd down. So I kind of want to see some of that clutchness, on 3rd and long to where we just don't drop back and, rush 3 or rush 4 and then boom, the quarterback has a ton of time and, gets the 1st down. Like, I want to be a little bit more aggressive and be more proactive on 3rd and long.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I think defensively, something I want to see is be more successful finishing the sack. One of y'all posted that, or I think it's you, Casey, in the chat. Mm-hmm. Be more successful when you're getting that pressure. Get the quarterback down on the ground. We lead every year, or top 3 in the SEC in defensive tackles for loss. Let's get those sacks up and cause chaos and let Ricky Gibson, Jermon McCoy, Colton Hood, Jalen McMurray, Turntine, Idris Farouk and company pick up the interception rate, and let's go. Let's put this offense in plus field situations, and let's go score 48 points a game again, and have the people talking about Tennessee where the respect should be, where just last year we're coming off a playoff run where it shouldn't just drop off.
Right.
I think we got the roster. If the QB play is there and we stay healthy, there should be no, because the schedule's there. The schedule's there. You just got to go knock off one of your 3 rivals. three, arch nemesis. You knock off one of them, and you win the rest of your games, you're in the playoffs. So,
or just win all three,
or just win all three.
Imagine our 2022 offense with last year's defense.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's what I was saying all year last year, man. You put 22 offense to last year's defense, it's over. We're, I think, without a doubt, we're at least in the national semis, maybe not national champions. So, Christy, hey, welcome to the chat. Love to have you in the chat. Hey, more and more we get in the chat, more we could communicate and conversate with y'all. We're trying to get more this built out. Me and Joey finally got some time to put some content together, some videos, but we're determined to every weekend do a live show to where we could talk with y'all about Tennessee football. And then once football season begins, we're going to do a pregame show, not before the game, but a preview show, I guess would be the better word, the week before the week of the game. And then we'll do a postgame show probably on Sunday nights. I think that's where it works best for me and Joey. And plus, it allows me to, come down a little bit if we lose, because I could be very toxic.
That'll ruin a weekend right there. A tough loss.
Yeah, I probably need to go preach first and
you probably need to go preach first, and I need to go to church first before something. So, but hey, we appreciate y'all, Casey, man. We appreciate you joining us. Sam, appreciate you coming on. Daddy Donnie Vols, hey man, always bringing in the clutch stuff. Vol fan Will, man, I saw you in the chat. You've been chatting the whole time. Christy, I know you came on late, but you may have been watching the whole show. But we appreciate you coming on and being in the chat. But we want to keep growing this thing, y'all. Sam, I need to read it off. Sam said, "Start fast, score points in the first quarter." Yes, that's something I want to see. I kind of talked about it earlier, and let's see. Tennessee football official count just made a bad post of Joey and Nealon. It says at the helm, it's official. Oh, I can't wait to get off of here and watch the look at that. So y'all will see that on the Twitter post. Y'all, let's just say y'all see me hype right now. It's like 100 times when Tennessee's playing, and y'all just don't get to see me live. So y'all get lucky with that. So hey, y'all have a blessed night. Always go Vols. Always represent the Power T.
Go Vols.
Go Big Orange.
Go Big Orange.
Quit asking me questions. Yeah, I know you, but we ain't friends. Quit asking me questions. Yeah, we in this section, but you can't get in. Quit asking me questions. Yeah, I got the new Chrysler, blue with the tint. Quit asking me questions. I'm tired of these questions.